Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another video today because I wanted to talk about a player that kind of frustrates me when I watch them play on the court because I think they could be so much better than they are, but they're kind of really just not, and that's Deni Avdija on the Washington Wizards. Now, I have some thoughts on the Wizards overall, but I really wanted to talk about Deni today, and it's because I think a lot of people know this at this point, but he's still a little underrated on just how good of a defender he is. He's like legitimately one of the best defenders in the league. He's great on the perimeter, and he's one of the most versatile defenders. Really, he's only ever in a mismatch if he has Joel Embiid or Jokic or, Giannis, because pretty much everyone's at a mismatch when they're guarding those guys. But other than that, Deni Avdija is never getting abused on the defensive side of the ball. He's a good defender pretty much regardless of who he's guarding. But where his problems really seem to lie is on the offensive side of the ball. Now, sometimes he looks pretty good on offense because I'll admit he's a really good secondary playmaker. He looks really comfortable with the ball in his hands, which is why this is so confusing to me. When he has a good game, he looks so good. It's like he's making shots, he's handling the ball, he's playing good defense. But overall, we've seen through the last couple years, he's really just been more of a mediocre to bad shot maker. He shot under 30% from three last year, despite being one of the most left open players in the league. He's so bad at shooting threes that people are just leaving him open and he still can't hit them. He's okay creating getting to his spots with the ball in his hands. He can dribble. It's just confusing how bad he is at finishing plays. Now, I don't know how much of this is because of confidence or lack of reps in the games, because honestly, I feel like ever since he's been drafted, he's kind of been put into a role player kind of mold. He was the 9th overall pick back, I think he's played 3 seasons now, and he's never really gotten that first round draft pick treatment where on a bad team, where they kind of get to put up a bunch of shots, they kind of get to run the show a little bit. Him and Rui, I feel like never really got that on the Wizards, and Rui's obviously gone now on the Lakers. And I think his time to blossom into a star is kind of over, and I feel like it might be the same for Deni. So now at this point, it's kind of, what kind of a role player can Deni be? Is there still maybe something there that can be a little bit more? I think this would be the year he'd have to prove that, but it's going to be tough with people like Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma, Monte Morris, and Tyus Jones all on the Wizards who are going to be handling the ball a lot. I think what it comes down to mainly is his shooting ability. Deni has been one of the worst shooters in the league the past few years. He's really bad from three. If he could just hit threes, he would be one of the best role players in the league. I think that shows how good he is as a basketball player, that he can be so bad at scoring the ball and still be a valuable NBA player. He's one of the best defenders. He's a good secondary playmaker. He's a great defensive rebounder, actually. But there's just so much lacking on the actual putting the ball in the basket. He's not a great finisher. He's not a great three-point shooter. So it's like, yeah, he can handle the ball to where he can run a pick and roll. And he's got some size and a little bit of athletic ability where he can even be the role guy. But he's just so much not that big of a threat to score in the pick and roll situation that's kind of, I don't want to say useless, but it's just something that he needs to figure out, or his team needs to figure out how to get him more effective at just putting the ball in the basket. Because I think if he even becomes just a little bit better of a scorer, a little bit better of a shooter, he could be a really interesting player. He could be a guy kind of like, I don't want to say Andre Karolinko, because he'll never block shots like Karolinko, and he's not quite the athlete, but just a great defender who's solid on offense. That would be great. If he could be like a 12 points, 6, 7, 8 rebounds, 4 assist guy who gets like a steal and locks up, that would be a player that everyone wants on their team. Every once in a while, he has games where he shows flashes that he can be that kind of player and put the ball in the basket. And I don't know if that's just fool's gold at this point, or if he can actually be that guy on a more consistent basis. But either way, I'm rooting for him. I hope he can. I I want to believe in Deni. I think he could be that kind of guy that gets 12 to 14 points a game. Like I said, 7 to 8 rebounds, a few assists, a steal. But I think as long as he's just so not good at shooting the ball, that won't happen, He needs to have more gravity, more of a threat to score the ball, which will give him more opportunity to create plays for his teammates. Because if people are just going to sag off him at the three-point line and he's shooting threes at 30%, that's like, you'll take that. You'll let that guy shoot all day, and then it kind of takes away his playmaking ability, and now he's just a liability on the offensive end. He'll always get a few minutes because his play on defense, but as long as he can't really put things together on offense, he'll never really break through to that next level. But like I said, I'm really excited to see what he can do on the Wizards this year. I think there's a lot of things to be excited for on the Wizards. Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma, we also got Tyus Jones, Corey Kispert, Monte Morris, Daniel Gafford's still there. It's kind of just a hodgepodge of solid talent thrown together. They have the two best backup point guards in the league on their team now. So watching Jordan Poole put up maybe 24 points a game will be fun. Kyle Kuzma's going to be going for 20, obviously. How many threes a game can Corey Kispert throw up? And hopefully, I hope they put at least a little bit of emphasis on putting the ball in Deni Avdija's hands, letting him be a little bit more of a primary playmaker, get him shots at least early in the year, let him see if he's comfortable doing that, see if it's something that might be viable going forward in the future. Can he be this guy who has the ball in his hands, is a threat to score, is a threat to pass, and plays lockdown defense? Because if he can, I think he would be not one of the best players in the league, one of the best role players, one of the best fourth guys, one of the best third, fourth options in the league you could have on your team if he's able to do that. But that's a big if. Personally, I'm hopeful. I like being more optimistic on players. It's not really fun being down on guys, but obviously sometimes you have to be. But I think I'm on Deni Avdija Island for at least one more year. Planting my flag here on Deni Avdija Island. And I'm excited to see what he can do this year. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Deni Avdija down in the comments, or what you think about the Wizards in general. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, maybe leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.